Good morning and welcome to Monday. It is Kerry's Full Breakfast, the early bit. It's Andrew here. Elaine is off today, so Elaine is back on TV later on this afternoon. She's back on RT1 with Dahi on the Today Show, so you'll catch her there from 3:30. So as a result, she's off today, alright? So how was the weekend? I mean, I don't know, can you see just behind me here, but the sun is beaming in the window already. It's an absolutely glorious morning out there. And after the brilliant weekend we had from the weather side, it's going to be like that again today. Absolute scorcher for April. Loving it. The sun is going to be out, blue skies. Temperatures up around 17 or 18 degrees again in most areas today. So if you were out and about the weekend, we want to see your photos. You can leave a photograph in the comments here on the video, or you can send them in to us on our WhatsApp number 083 300 3300. All right. Good morning. So how was the weekend? Let me know. Paper-wise, actually, and this is probably all directly weather related. Front page of the Examiner, lads. That is Killarney National Park on the front page there this morning. The headline says Kerry's burning, and it's a photograph of a helicopter dropping water on some of the fires in the national park. It started in an area near the Eagle's Nest, and it spread to a third of the area around that part. Absolutely frightening scenes when you see what was going on, and that's all smoke there and water being dropped on it after the fires. It's been all over the TV and people's social media at the weekend. People who live in and around the Killarney area can see the smoke from miles, but it's on the front page of the Examiner there. Troika-style spending controls to return. The government Troika-style budget controls have been slapped on the biggest government departments such as health, education and social protection as part of a need to cut an estimated 12 billion from state spending. That's the main story on the front page of the Examiner there this morning. At the front page of the Daily Mail then, don't mess it up now was the headline. Taoiseach urges public to stick with restrictions, but as he backs outdoor summer, Gardaí investigate beach crowds. I don't know, did you see this, but there was video footage of some of the crowds who gathered in Salt Hill in Galway on Saturday to have it just looked like a massive beach party. Now, I couldn't give you a number on the crowds, but there was definitely looked like a couple of hundred people all gathered in the one place. But the public's being urged to hang in there and stick with the restrictions for another while longer to ensure that the nation doesn't hit a new wave of COVID-19 and a fresh lockdown. And this awful story out of Cork is on the front page there as well. Sportsman Connor, 22, fell to his death in cliff plunge. This young lad, Connor, was out walking near Garrettstown Beach in Cork, up on the cliffs, and he had a slip on the rocks and he fell to his death. It's just an awful story. 22 years of age, lads, out enjoying the fine weather like many people at the weekend, and his ended in tragedy. It's an awful story there. In the Irish Sun this morning, Ronnie, my new cancer fight. This is Ronnie Wood from the Rolling Stones. He's had cancer previously, and he's got a new cancer battle on his hands by all accounts. He was diagnosed with it during the second lockdown in the UK, and he says he's been secretly battling it all along. Now, I can't see which type of cancer it is, but I know he had been battling it in the past as well. An Oscar for the oddest Oscars, the award special inside the Irish Sun as well today. I think Nomadland, we'll come back to the trends in a second, was the big winner on the Oscars last night. And finally, in the Irish Independent this morning, mass confusion is the headline. It's up to 50 people from today. Not from today. Up to 50 people from the middle of May will be able to attend mass, right? But they won't be able to attend a wedding or a funeral. But up to 25 people from today can attend a funeral. Yeah, that's right. Excuse me. So the government is planning to allow up to 50 people at mass and regular religious services from the middle of May, but not an increase on the crowds who can go to a wedding. So from today, you can have 25 at a funeral, but still only 6 at a wedding. And now they're talking that even when 50 people are allowed back to go to mass and other religious services, they'll only be able to have 6 still at a wedding. That's what they're saying in the papers this morning. And reluctance to get the vaccine is the highest among those aged 25 to 34, which I was quite surprised at, with 1 in 10 saying they will refuse the jab. 1 in 10 aged 25 to 34 said that they will not get the COVID-19 vaccine despite growing support among the population as a whole for the whole vaccination. A new poll reveals today. That's full details inside today's Irish Independent as well. Now, before we do the trends, let's see who's up and about with us. Let's click on some of your comments here this morning. Anthony, good morning. Yeah, morning to you too, buddy. Thanks for getting in touch. As I said, Elaine is off today. She's on the TV later on, so catch her from 3:30. She's doing really well there today and tomorrow. Jane, good morning to you as well. Margaret says, good morning. Good morning to you too. Also, big shout out to Madeline. Morning to you as well. James Walsh. Morning, James. Good morning to Chris as well. Happy Monday. Welcome to a new week. Hope it's a good one. So do I, actually. I think we're going to get this weather today and part of tomorrow, and then the bloody rain returns, but hopefully it'll only be for a couple of hours. Also, morning to Trish, morning to Trish. Thanks for getting in touch as well this morning. Daniel's up and about with us. Good morning to you. James Parker, good morning. Hello from Vikingland. Morning to all the gang over there in Minnesota. Brilliant, I love it. Josephine Collins, good morning to you as well. Donny Harrington, have a lovely day, everyone. Thank you, Donny. And big shout out to Sean as well. Morning, Andrew. Tough night. Found it hard to sleep with the moon. Hope all is well. Sean at Portmagee. How are you, Sean? I was down your neck of the woods yesterday. I was in Portmagee, actually, which I'll talk more about on the radio this morning. It's probably gone now, but as I was driving in this morning, as the sun was coming up, you could see this massive orange moon, this huge full moon still hanging around over rooftops this morning. It looked quite spectacular. And I tried to take a photograph, but I lost it behind the buildings. And the further I got to work, the less I could see of it. Bad photography on my part. But morning to you, Sean. Yeah, so and all the other messages we've been getting. Top trends today. Oscars. Nomadland was the big winner at the Oscars last night. They only finished 2 or 3 hours ago, I think. Line of Duty is poised nicely, if you were watching it last night, for the final episode of the season next Sunday. The only balls with the whole thing is that we have to wait until next Sunday. Reeling in the Years was on as well. 2013 is what they were focusing on last night. And Michael Collins was also on RTE last night. The movie with Liam Neeson. That was also on. I saw about 10 minutes of it just as I was flicking over from Line of Duty and going to bed, because it was quite late for me last night. Now, listen, we've loads happening on the show this morning. We're going to do, we have a brand new competition, which I'll tell you about, and it's all to do with Cara Boyle in Tralee, so full details on that coming up on the show this morning. I want to play you the funniest cock in the world. He's gone into the Guinness Book of Records. This is a Turkish rooster, and his cock-a-doodle-doo has become quite famous. We'll play that on the radio for you as well this morning. We've loads of music, and of course, we want to hear from you and let me know what you did for the weekend. So you can text or WhatsApp 083 300 3300. You can comment here, and we'll give you a shout-out on the radio as well. And today, lads, is going to be an absolutely lovely one. So if you can get out and enjoy it today, please do, because, as I said, I think the rain returns from tomorrow, all right? Have a wonderful Monday, and I will talk to you in a few minutes on the radio. Good.